everyone. Let me try this again. Lord have mercy. Do. Let me try this again. How is everyone doing this Saturday morning? How's everybody? Okay. Okay, I am live and hopefully I won't have any internet issues or anything. So, this is what I want to say. First, I want to thank God He was the head of my life. Now, the views and opinion expressed on this show are those of Darlene April. And we're going to talk about my opinion on the Epstein files. See, I'm 63. Lord knows I don't think I know everything. But I've watched things. We've seen things. So I am not a fan of no one party. I vote on issues and policies. Now, it seems like every time Trump do something, I get so sick of hearing Trump this, Trump that, especially when it came to these Epstein files, right? So for those of us that are a little older and we're following politics, following the news, we know that way before Trump was the president for the second time, that Jeffrey Epstein had been convicted of his crimes. Jeffrey Epstein was allowed to leave prison every day with the chauffeur limousine, okay, to still go out and commit his crimes that he was convicted of. So, this is a long history. Everybody went to that island. Now, will I say I believe everybody indulged in everything? Probably not. You know, they have pictures of him with superstars. And, you know, of course, they're rich. They bought entertainment. And like I said, some of these people could have just been there for the entertainment, you know. But, again, like I said, y'all act like Trump was the only person that went to that island. And y'all kept saying, release the files, release the files. Okay. Why didn't the Democrats release them? Oops. Okay. But, and trust me, Trump playing checkers with y'all. Chess. While y'all was playing checkers, he was playing chess. And I don't blame him. He is the president now. He can do whatever he want to. But he also letting you know, don't talk about me. Talk about these other people. Okay? So let's just listen to an article from the New York Times.
Bill Clinton features prominently in Epstein files release. This article is by Nicholas Confessor, Jessica Silver Greenberg, and Katie Benner, and read by an automated voice. The first tranche of documents released by the Justice Department from its investigations into Jeffrey Epstein appeared to focus significantly on material connected to former President Bill Clinton, at a moment when Republicans have fought to shift public attention away from Mr. Epstein's friendship with President Trump. The dozens of photos released on Friday include one of Mr. Clinton in a hot tub and another showing Mr. Clinton swimming in a pool with Ghislaine Maxwell, who conspired with Mr. Epstein to operate his sex trafficking operation, along with a second woman. Another shows a woman seated closely with Mr. Clinton on what appears to be an airplane. There's also what appears to be a candid shot of Mr. Clinton speaking with Mr. Epstein and pictures of him with the musician Mick Jagger. The images and documents have been released without context or background information. It is unclear which photographs might have been taken by Mr. Epstein and which might have been sent to or acquired by him, or where many of them were taken. Justice Department officials have not said how they selected the particular tranche of documents that were released on Friday. Mr. Clinton is one of the few people whose faces were not redacted, along with Mr. Epstein himself and Ms. Maxwell. In posts on X after the release, a White House spokeswoman repeatedly pointed out photos of Mr. Clinton and argued that the news media did not want to focus on the images. In recent weeks, Mr. Trump has worked to deflect public scrutiny of his own close friendship with Mr. Epstein, a convicted sex offender, ordering his appointees in to begin an investigation into Mr. Clinton and other prominent Democrats who were associated with him. Republicans on the House Oversight Committee are also seeking to force Mr. Clinton and his wife, Hillary Rodham Clinton, to give in-person depositions in their own investigation. On social media, Mr. Trump has claimed without evidence that Mr. Clinton and other Democrats spent large portions of their life with Epstein and on his island. But Susie Wiles, the White House chief of staff, has contradicted those assertions. In a recent interview with Vanity Fair, Ms. Wiles said that Mr. Trump was not telling the truth and accusing Mr. Clinton of visiting the private island. Ms. Maxwell, in her interview this summer with Todd Blanche, the Deputy Attorney General, also undercut Mr. Trump's efforts to blame Mr. Clinton. In the wide-ranging interview, Ms. Maxwell said Mr. Clinton was her friend, not Mr. Epstein's. Angel Arena, a spokesman for Mr. Clinton, accused Mr. Trump's White House of using the release to shield themselves from real scrutiny. They can release as many grainy 20-plus-year-old photos as they want, but this isn't about Bill Clinton, he said, adding that even Ms. Wiles said Mr. Trump was wrong about Bill Clinton. Mr. Arena went on to say that there were two kinds of people highlighted in the documents. The first group knew nothing and cut Epstein off before his crimes came to light. The second group continued relationships with him after. We're in the first. No amount of stalling by people in the second group will change that. None of Mr. Epstein's victims have made any public allegations of wrongdoing against Mr. Clinton. Mr. Clinton's ties to Mr. Epstein are relatively well known. The former president took 4 international trips with Mr. Epstein on the financier's private jet in 2002 and 2003, including a humanitarian trip to Africa that brought Mr. Epstein his first significant publicity. Roughly 80 photos in one document are marked Clinton Africa, London, and appear to include shots taken during the humanitarian trip, when Mr. Clinton's entourage included the actors Kevin Spacey and Chris Tucker. Mr. Clinton also flew on Mr. Epstein's private plane in February 2002 from Miami to Westchester County, New York, and in March 2002 from New York City to London, according to flight manifests released by the Justice Department on Friday. But Mr. Clinton has said he did not visit Little St. James, the island that Mr. Epstein owned and where many of his abuses are alleged to have occurred. Mr. Clinton visited Mr. Epstein's New York apartment once around 2002, according to his representatives, but he has said he visited Mr. Epstein's palatial residence in Palm Beach, Florida, or the financier's ranch in New Mexico. In 1993, after Mr. Clinton was sworn in as the 42nd president, Mr. Epstein visited the White House in February, the first of many trips to the Clinton White House. He also became a donor, giving $10,000 to help refurbish the White House. By 1995, Mr. Clinton and Mr. Epstein were friendly enough for Mr. Clinton to write a get-well note to Mr. Epstein's mother who was sick. "Hang in there," Mr. Clinton scrawled on a yellow post-it, which was reviewed by the New York Times. Mr. Epstein saved the note.
Okay, so there we have it. You know, like I said, they all dirty. Okay. You know, they all full of it. They all full of crap. They all went to that island. And like I said, the pictures, the alleged, I gotta say alleged, the alleged pictures show Bill Clinton, the man that I never had sex with her, the one, the president, that had Monica Lewinsky on her knees, that man, while y'all talking about Trump, that's why I say y'all was all making me sick. Y'all make me sick. Y'all want to act like Trump is the worst thing that hit the White House, and all of them got skeletons. All of them done did something. Leave the man alone. Let him get rid of these migrants, the illegals. Let him do the job. Okay? Let him do his job. Let him try to clean up these inner cities. And, sometimes, baby, what you wish for might come landing in your lap. Now, y'all wanted these files released. And let me tell you something. If he do take his name and black out stuff, he the president. He can do that. I don't blame him. Y'all leave me alone. Now, don't be focusing on me. I'ma show y'all better than I can tell y'all. While y'all focusing on me, focus on these other people that were over there. And their photos. Oh my God, Lord have mercy. And for those of us that have lived this mess, mess, when Jeffrey Epstein was allegedly unalive, because again, this show is my opinion, in my opinion only. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. When Jeffrey Epstein was allegedly unalived, they were saying Hillary Clinton allegedly had something to do with this. That's what they were talking about. And now that these photos are being released, hey, all the stuff they try to make y'all think conspiracy theories, hearsay, might have some truth to it. Huh? Remember, Monica Lewinsky. I didn't touch that woman. Hey. And all of them went to that island, whether it was to engage in the activities that we're hearing about. And of course, he probably did have, movie stars. The man was rich. Some people might have went over there to just perform and leave. Like some people that went to the Diddy parties, went to the parties and left. Okay? So, everybody that went to that island, I do not believe they participated in illegal activities. The crimes of being a P. Okay? So since y'all been calling Trump everything but a child of God, what you gonna call Clinton now? What you gonna call these people that allowed Jeffrey Epstein to be able to leave prison every day when he was sentenced to still go out and commit his alleged crimes? But y'all don't talk about that. Y'all just say Trump, 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 Trump. Y'all done call Trump everything but a child of God. Prince Andrew. So, Trump said, I'll give them what they want. And I don't blame him. I would show everybody what everybody else was doing. You want to talk about me? No. Let's talk about them other folks. See. So all of these people that's released them Epstein file, this a distraction. It's a distraction. What you gonna say now about all of these people that's coming out? What are they? Are you gonna call them names? Are you gonna call them names? Because that's the right thing to do. Don't just talk about Trump. Oh my God. I mean, they all were over there. They all were engaged in these acts that we don't want to talk about. They were all allegedly, and I shouldn't say they were all, because again, I can say, I don't think everybody that went to that island were involved. And so now they're going to come up with every excuse now. You know, they're going to come up with every excuse. The Democratic Party, and this is my opinion, have been trying to make you think that they were the best party in the world. They really had your best interests. Trump this, Trump was this. And again, I want to make this clear. I am not a fan of none of these presidents because they're all dirty. They're probably puppets. Still getting richer and we're still not getting nothing. And this has been a whole distraction of us middle class people trying to come together, work together, and vote for somebody that really wants to get this country back on track. Okay? So while y'all talk about Trump, all these presidents got skeletons in their closet. Okay? They all got skeleton in their closets. So us that have been living this, we knew Bill Clinton went to the White House 17 times. Okay? 17 times. And I don't blame Trump. You coming for me? Okay, come for me. He played chess on y'all. Y'all keep talking about these Epstein files, and yes, if it was me, I would take my name out too. Don't focus on me. I'm trying to do my job now. You want these released? Oh, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Now, hold on. This is another video to listen to. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on for just one moment. I'm trying to find another article for everybody to listen to. Because I'm going to be fair.
Taxes is feeling.
Hold on. That's an ad plan.
Now Taxes is an open door to new TurboTax stores. Meet our experts. They do your taxes, so you can walk out with confidence. Now this is Taxes. Joining me now, Gina Lisa Jones, an Epstein survivor who was only 14 when she first met him. First and foremost, Jenna Lisa, just every day it's the victims say, the survivors say, we want transparency. And you get dribs and drabs. How are you dealing with this?
I mean, man, all day we've been waiting for the release of these files and wondering if we're going to get something or we're not going to get something. And then finally we do get them, and we've been on edge all day, I'm sure most of us. And to see that a lot of the files have been heavily redacted in a sense that gives no clarity in any description way, and some of these photos being completely blacked out with no rhyme or reason or any, I would say, telling signs of why they were redacted, right? Giving us an idea of a little bit of the picture of why they might be redacted. So I feel like this was kind of another joke to string it along a little bit. I'm pretty disappointed at what has been released. I definitely agree with Rokan. They could have picked and choose a lot better things to have released today if they weren't going to be able to release them all today. I can understand the amount of documents that they have and files and all of that, but Rokana said it perfectly, that there are important things. And I'm very sure that the DOJ is very aware of what important things that we're asking for as survivors. So to give us that in hopes that you guys could continue to go and continue to release the files would probably give us a little bit more hope. But right now, I'm seeing the bare minimum, and even at the bare minimum, I think the American people should be looking at these and being like, why is this going on?
Oh, why not more, and why don't we see the documents that explain some of their decisions and the foot dragging? In that context, one of the documents we did see tonight is a witness statement complaining about alleged child pornography dating back to 1996. That's showing it on our screen right now. Years before Epstein was prosecuted. Were you aware that the complaints dated back that far? And again, I can't understand this as you can. When you see something like that, and you know the timeline of this, and the foot dragging, and even when he was charged, nowhere near the depth of what he should have been charged with, when you see a document like that, just what do you think?
I knew that document was out. I have heard and I know about this document, but it was almost like that it wasn't true. So to have it out into the light, a lot of people have never seen this, and I know that it's truth, and for people to see it for the first time, and for that survivor's sister to have that clarification, and to that was truth. She did that. She spoke out, and nobody listened to her, and she has been saying it time and time and time again, and that just, the proof is in the pudding right there. I mean, it's horrific, because if they would have even listened, every time they let us fail, if they would have listened back then, when they would have listened in 2008, when they, all these things, it's continuously failing us. Yeah. and string us along.
To that point, and I'm very hesitant here, I do not want to violate your space, but in the sense that document's dated 1996. Am I correct? You met Jeffrey Epstein 7 years later? 7 years later? And so if that document had been taken seriously at the time, if he had been investigated at the time, how many people could have been spared the horror?
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of girls. And I'm speaking just from what I know as Florida girls, and finding out more and coming together, you start to see the pattern and how many girls that haven't came forward. I mean, it could have protected hundreds and hundreds of young girls and women. And it's very sad that they didn't take that seriously. And there is documentation where their reporters tried to report on that back then or a little bit later on, and it was shut down by different news networks or magazines and stuff. So Jeffrey changed that narrative and didn't want that out there. So that's also a reminder, and there is documentation to that too. So it's like, release all of it. There's so much more behind this than what people know, and it's really scary that it keeps dragging out more and more.
Well put. Release all of it. Jenna Lisa Jones, grateful for your time. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Here again, this is what I'm saying. The United States Snakes of America, you don't care about kids. The United Snakes of America will cover up. If you are rich and powerful, you get to run around here, do whatever you want to, especially when it comes to kids. You have the money, you have the power, so you have the money to pay people off. As we're seeing with this Diddy trial, people cannot speak out because they're terrified for their lives, and all of them are in cahoots. So while all of y'all was talking about throw out Kelly in jail or these other people, this is way top. This is the same thing with the P. Diddy. So America has sent a message that if you rich, baby, you can do anything you want to, allegedly, to minors, to minor girls and minor boys, allegedly. America, you need to wake up. And this ain't about race. Rich people can walk around and do whatever they want to. They can do whatever they want to people, get away with it, pay people off. Now, the victims, I feel sorry for y'all. I had to, you know. Now, to a person, you know, who boy, let me make sure I say this the right way. At any point in time, a woman or a man can be put in a situation, as we have seen. They can be lured to be with the famous movie star, R&B singer, president, anybody. Because we have put these people on pedestals. These people ain't no different than the regular Joe Blows on the street. They dirty and no good as well. Okay? Let's just call a spade a spade. Let's just call it what it is. Let's just call it what it is when it comes to these Catholic priests. Let's call it what it is. They cover up the crimes against children. And they wonder why we got these people that they have so much rage in them. And far as these Epstein files, it's my opinion. You wanted them, I'm going to give them to you. Trump played chess. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't care. I would have did the same thing. You're not going to keep trying to say, release the Epstein files and talk about me. Oh, no, we're gonna go way back. We're going to talk about everybody. Okay? Like I said, I am not a fan of no political party. I vote on issues, policies. They all dirty as far as I'm concerned. It's been all the distractions. Right now, we should be focusing on, we got people from other countries that come over here able to live free, live good, steal money sent to their other countries. And I can't get a dime. these Epstein files probably got God knows who in compromising situations. Compromising situations. Like I was telling people, you know, sometimes you need to keep your mouth shut. You do. They wanted them. What you see is going to be what you get. That's y'all wanted this. And I don't care what Bill Clinton, what Biden, what none of them people say. If pictures are released of y'all in compromising activities, yeah. Remember, I didn't have SCX with her. You had Monica Lewinsky on the floor. When you was allegedly unalived, they were saying, uh-oh. They were saying Hillary allegedly had something to do with it, okay? So, I ain't trying to hear nothing none of them Democrats gotta say, what Bill Clinton gotta say, because all of them went over there. And you, the American people, you gotta start thinking smarter, okay? Trump played checkers on their ass. Don't be talking about me and all of y'all went over there. See, sometimes it's good. Sometimes what you ask for ain't, you know, you 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 need to leave sleeping dogs lie. And these girls, the girls, they have sent all of these people that went to the island. Why do you think the Democratic Party didn't release the files? Looking at the Democrat Party and how they do with kids, baby, I ain't messed up about them, okay? Again, looking at the Democrat Party and their position that they have taken with children, being able to change their gender, no, no, no. This is crazy, crazy. It's redacted. It's got this taken out. Well, you know what? When they charged a lot of people with crimes that's sitting in jail for the same thing that these people did, they redacted and didn't let a whole lot of information get put out as well. Okay? So, Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew, they ain't no different than a regular, dirty scumbag of a man walking the streets. All of this. This is the year of exposure. We are in the age of Aquarius, where everything is being revealed. So while y'all been flipping that narrative like it was only Trump, now you got to face the fact. Like I've been saying, they all went over there. They all went over there. Now I'm not going to say they all participated. But when some pictures come out with them in compromising positions, hey, it is what it is. So keep your mouth off Trump with these Epstein files, because they all went over there, and the pictures come out in compromising positions. And now people want to make excuses. Oh, this is stuff from 20, 30 years ago. Well, you weren't saying that when you were saying Trump, calling him the P word, calling R. Kelly the P word, all of that. America, y'all are such hypocrites. Such hypocrites. The Catholic priests, y'all are such hypocrites. You don't stand for nothing. If you don't want nobody, if you can't talk about one person like they the worst human being, like you did Robert Sylvester Kelly, aka R. Kelly, but you show favoritism towards P. Diddy or Bill Clinton, y'all ain't you ain't standing for nothing, because you can't pick and choose. Some people you gotta swallow some hard pills and say this is what these people are. But y'all will make excuses. They'll put their narratives out, just like they're putting their narratives out now. They redacting stuff. Hey, do whatever you want to do. Expose them all since they came for you. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. All the United, wait a minute. Let me slow down for a minute. All of these people that have been accused of these crimes, from the priest to the R&B singers, producers, to Hollywood, to everybody that's in a position of money and power, people try to warn people that this was going on. Stuff goes back to the 90s, 80s, 2000s. People been telling y'all, these no good folks, they've been doing this type of behavior, but nobody listened. Because, and this don't even have nothing to do with race, color, or creed. If you're rich and powerful, you get to do anything you want to, allegedly, to children. It's just that simple. Nobody tries to help anybody. Nobody says we're going to stop this behavior. They got the money. They pay the lawyers, the judges, give them a slap on the wrist, and keep moving. This is what America shows you. And then when you decide you want to take one person down, no, that's not fair. Take them all down. That's just my opinion. Take them all down. And that's how I feel with Trump when they kept saying the Epstein files. I'm like, wait a minute. Just wait 1 minute. This man was able to leave prison every day and still commit his crimes. Make that make sense. But y'all sit up here and listen to their gatekeepers. You listen to people that put these narratives out. Oh, it's a conspiracy theories. He just doing it because his name in them. No, they all went over there. They all done did something illegal. All of them. All of them have done something illegal. But you know, Trump is the only bad man in there. Y'all don't talk about the drones, Benghazi, Y'all don't talk about all that stuff. I lived it. I remember it. This country was built on a lie. This country was built on a lie with the dirty man that came over here, allegedly, because, I don't want, you know, came over here, and what he did to the Indians and the black people that was already here, the alleged raping, the alleged everything. You can't make this stuff up, but they do. You can't make this stuff up, but they do. And some of y'all sitting here right now saying, Trump, he done redacted. So? No, Trump played checkers on y'all. Trump said, okay, don't talk about me. Let's talk about everybody else. So all of you, all of them Democrats, and then y'all got to realize, like I keep saying, a bird flapping the same wings. They all buddies, and they don't give a damn about me, a regular American tax-paying citizen. Them people could care less about me. They're keeping the agenda going of lining their pockets, making sure they have their generational wealth, stopping us from our generational wealth. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up, but they do. Then y'all sit up here and y'all get mad. Y'all get mad. You get mad. Y'all get mad when people say, like me, well, why y'all only talking about him? It's not like I'm for him or I'm his supporter. Look at who had an intern on his knees. Look at who had Jeffrey Epstein in that White House 17 times. Look at all of the hearsay that was going on, that allegedly his wife wanted him unalived. But no. Y'all, your hate for Trump. Hey, Renee, your hate for Trump Oh, your hate for Trump. Oh, thank you, Renee. I'm reading the comment. Yes, I'm speaking facts. Your hate for Trump got you so distorted. So your hate for Trump, you talking about Trump so much. He's everything but a child of God. Well, Clinton and all the rest of them the same thing. You can't make this stuff up. I just can't. I mean, oh my God. This is crazy. So now, they trying to deflect again. So, y'all been calling Trump the P word. Start calling Bill Clinton the P word. I mean, what's good for one should be good for them all. But no. No, let y'all listen to some more stuff. I don't care what Bill Clinton got to say. Prince Andrew, I don't care what none of them got to say. They all was over there. They all went over there. They all went over there to that island. Oh, you can't make this stuff up. But they do. Now they got Bill Clinton saying the White House is using him as a scapegoat. No, Bill. No, Bill. No, Bill, you went over there. You were over there. And that's the point that Trump is making to y'all. And you doggone right, I would do the same. Everybody. You want to talk about me like I'm the only person that went over there? You want to keep calling me the P word? You want to keep saying I'm this, I'm that? Oh, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. And like I said, Trump playing chess. He playing chess and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Again, I'm no supporter. But my stance has always been my point in life is if you go for one, you go for them all. But see, y'all so hypocritical. You pick and choose. You give this person a pass or that person a pass. Then y'all done made all of these laws, putting folks in jails and prison. But you can't go after the big boys because they got the money, the power, and judges on their payroll. Man, you can't make this stuff up, but they do. They do. Find out. Since people like to say I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't do my research. Find out who was the president when Epstein was first charged of his crimes and was found guilty and was able to leave prison every day to still go and violate, allegedly, young girls. Now we're going to listen to something else.
Optum is transforming the pharmacy system, offering transparent pricing, saving consumers $1 billion last year, serving 62 million.
Can we get back to getting this country on track?
Fox News alert, back to the Justice Department and the release of hundreds of thousands of pages of Epstein files. We've got some new pictures from the files to show you, and we're going to go to David Spunt in Washington that has those photos and the latest. David.
Hi, Will. About 300,000 pages. That is the goal of the Justice Department, to get that in by the midnight deadline tonight. Although DOJ says there will be several 100,000 pages released over the next few days and week or so. But I want to be clear that these photographs and some of these documents have literally no context. They don't have dates. They don't have names. They don't have times. Some of the photographs, we recognize people. We want to show one of Jeffrey Epstein and former President Bill Clinton, the 42nd president of the United States, appearing at what looks to be at a party, wearing what appear to be silk shirts. There are two photographs of them in this Epstein files release. We don't know who the other person is. We don't know when this was taken, because the Justice Department does not say so in that evidence. So this is all incredibly nuanced, and I want to make that clear to our viewers. Also, there is a lot of redactions on many of these pages. For example, if we have it, we can show. If we don't, we can't show. But it's just essentially black chunks. It talks about a masseuse list, and it just says masseuse list, and there's 7 pages of complete black chunks. And then there's an asterisk in the corner, Will, and it says to protect victim information. And the law that was signed by President Trump after being passed by in a publicly searchable format, but it calls on victim information to be protected. The law also clearly states that politicians, titans, industry titans, or famous people, world leaders, politicians, anybody that may be embarrassed by some of the information should not be redacted solely for that reason. So right now we're continuing to
exactly. Name them all. Name them all. Name them all. Because they're like the regular people that's walking the streets, okay? But not y'all. Y'all gonna find an excuse. And then how do we know that the stuff, y'all want to say Trump redacting the stuff? We don't know what the previous administrations did, so they can keep their stuff undercover. You idiots. All those redactions probably did not come from the Trump administration, okay? Jeffrey Epstein, this alleged behavior has been going on since the 90s, okay?
Ago, when the Will Kane show began, is when these documents slowly started coming online. We're expecting about 300,000 here today to be online, but it's tedious because it doesn't have specific information at all, or dates, or any kind of identifying information. We just happen to know, obviously, former President Bill Clinton in that photograph, Will.
So really quickly, David, as a point of clarification, is it a searchable database? You can put in a search term, you can make your way through those documents, even though there's 300,000. You could proactively look for something. It's less a discovery tool at this point, but you could look for something that is currently in those documents. So if it has that function, you could search Bill Clinton, or you could search Donald Trump.
Correct. Some of it is searchable right now. I'm fairly confident to say all of the documents are not uploaded right now, meaning the tranche that's supposed to be uploaded today, because it's a rolling basis to get those 300,000 up. The law calls for it, as you mentioned correctly, to be a searchable database for anybody to be able to go online, search, find information that they need. They're not going to find victim information, but it is notable the Justice Department website made us wait in a queue to get in, and if you didn't get in by a certain time, you've been locked out of that queue. So not everybody can get in at that time, which will raise questions about the bandwidth and about the site. But hopefully at some point, everybody's going to be able to get in because that's what the law calls for, Will.
Well, hopefully that means you have access as well. You're in before essentially the door closed, David. So I would ask this. We have about 15 minutes left together here on the Will Kane Show. But I would like, because there will be so many questions to be asked, if you wouldn't mind, take a look through that search function. It looks like we've already looked into the idea of a connection to Bill Clinton. We should, for the sake of clarity, also looking for connections for Donald Trump. And I would like, because it's been mentioned on several occasions, both proactively and dismissively, any connections to foreign intelligence of Jeffrey Epstein. So any of that stuff that could come up in a search function in the next 15, we'll appreciate it, David, and appreciate the work that you're doing on this story. Thank you.
Yep, we'll let you know. Thank you.
So I'm going to speak my piece and give my opinion. Sometimes be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you put on your mouth. Like I said, y'all tried to act like Clinton. Trump was the only person that went over there. This rabbit hole goes deep. But again, like I say, rich, powerful, famous people who can buy judges, who can buy lawyers, who can buy content creators, who can buy the media, they can put a narrative out here. Look at people for who they are. They all sick. They all need some type of help. This is April Showers. Thank you for joining me today. Have a great day.